Okay, so the next film on our list today is The Phoenician Scheme. Now, this is written and directed by another one of our favorite directors, Wes Anderson. He is a Marmite director. Some people can't stand his style. Other people absolutely adore it and love it. I have loved most of his films. In the last few years, some of them have been a bit hit and miss for me. This one was a return to form, in my humble opinion. I went to see this at the end of May, so it's been a while since watched this one, but we wanted to put it on the list because you've had a chance to see it now as well. And like I say, we're both fans of Wes Anderson. So this is described as a dark comedy espionage period drama. The synopsis says, a wealthy businessman, Zsa Zsa Corder, appoints his only daughter, a nun, as the sole heir to his estate. As Corder embarks on a new enterprise, they soon become the target of scheming tycoons, foreign terrorists, and determined assassins. Now, that makes it sound like a bit of a James Bond film, you know, with all this intrigue and action and espionage, but it's not really like that. It's more like a sort of Wes Anderson circus of the bizarre, where you've got lots of comedy in there, lots of set pieces, lots of hilarity, physical humor, over-the-top performances. Again, I always describe him as he's like an 11-year-old who's been given all the tools to make a film. You know, and all the stars, the cameras, the sets, all the money, but it's an 11-year-old kid making these films, which is nice. That's his appeal, in my opinion. I think, you know, that's a nice sort of side of it. Like I said, the last couple of movies of his I watched kind of were a bit of a downturn. After the Grand Budapest Hotel, which I thought was one of his best films, the last couple I watched were not so good, which was The French Dispatch, which we covered a few years ago. And then there was, what was that other one?
Asteroid City, which I haven't seen.
Asteroid City, which was okay, but again, it was a little bit flat. And the one thing you don't want from Wes Anderson is to have a flat movie. But again, we got Benicio del Toro in here. He was the lead. Zsa Zsa Corder, what a name, brilliant. Just the name itself is hilarious. Completely eccentric character, super rich, but also very ruthless in a lot of ways, and has got a bit of a reputation with everyone who knows him, especially his estranged daughter, who is played by Maya Threapleton, who I didn't know till afterwards is actually the daughter of Kate Winslet. But she's obviously a chip off the old block because she's fantastic and was really good in this. A great foil to Benicio. That father-daughter relationship was hilarious. So as for the rest of the cast, you've got Michael Cera, who was hilarious in it. You've got Riz Ahmed, Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston, Matthew Almeric, Richard Ayoade, Jeffrey Wright, Scarlett Johansson, Benedict Cumberbatch was the baddie in it, absolutely brilliant as a piece of shit son of a bitch. Willem Dafoe was in there with Bill Murray and more. So as usual with Wes Anderson films, you've got a hell of a stacked cast. Anybody who's anybody is in this. Hilarious. I went to Aberystwyth Arts Centre to see this at the end of May. Fantastic theatre. Really great to see it on the big screen. Went along with a couple of friends who did not know what to expect and probably never heard of Wes Anderson. They just said, you know, let's go out and watch a movie. I took them to see this because I really want to see it. They were pissing themselves laughing all the way through. Thought it was hilarious. For about 2 weeks after seeing the film, everyone I spoke to, I would say, help yourself to a hand grenade, because it just became my favourite line.
Help yourself to a hand grenade.
You're very kind.
I agree. It was jam-packed. We were typical Wes Anderson film in that kind of boxed Academy ratio and wonderful compositions as he always does. The production design, meticulous. It has that look. The characters were so outlandish in this one. I felt Benicio del Toro just hilarious.
Oh yeah.
It was so funny. The deadpan humor.
Michael Cera
was so funny in this. Obviously, in the first or second scene, he gets blown to pieces, which is just brilliant. But he returns in it. I loved the daughter, Mia Threapleton, when she's like a nun and stuff, and all the shenanigans going on there were just so funny. Just really great. And every set piece, every chapter you come across, which is a new area, like where he goes to the club, with Richard Ayoade and his gang coming to rob the
Revolutionaries,
place.
yeah.
Revolutionaries. It's just hilarious, different set piece. Like that's something like out of an Indiana Jones movie or something.
Yeah.
And then it's off the next bit, which is like a big composition with his sons at his home having dinner. You know, it's all.
And then there was the basketball match with Bryan Cranston and Tom Hanks.
Oh yes, just
with him and Riz Ahmed taking them on. Hilarious.
It was so madcap. And just jumps around a lot into all these different things, but so much fun.
Yeah.
Again, another Odyssey kind of film where it's like going on this journey.
Well, again, we've got a father-daughter story, like with one battle after another. And I found, like, stripping it all away, because there's lots to say, but stripping it all away, he's like up here on the evil scale, or I should say he's down here. The hell on the evil scale, and she's up there closer to heaven because she's a nun. But as it goes on and they spend more time with each other, he becomes slightly less evil, and she's influenced a little bit more by him, and you know, she gets the dagger and stuff like that, and she becomes a little bit more what's the word, I suppose, she's not evil at all, of course, but she becomes a little bit more toughened to the world in that sense, you know, ready for action, so to speak. So I like that, the fact that, you know, they spend more time together, and it creates an equilibrium between them at the centre of the story. So, yeah, great
definitely, and that was it. The main thing was the film was so much fun.
Yeah,
to just sit there and enjoy. I think with Wes Anderson's best films, they're just enjoyable journeys through this funny, peculiar, very beautiful looking. Story really, and you have a lot of fun and you get these great performances from the actors who really enjoy being there, who take advantage of this kind of opportunity to just dial it all up and just go, I'm gonna go there, and they're so unique and singular. His films, aren't they? So you kind of like, there's not much to compare it to. It's like
you can only really compare them to his other films. You know, they only draw comparisons within his own back catalogue, really, and that's why I said I found this one was a return to form. Some of them have gone off the boil a bit, but he has been going a long time now, and he's made a lot of films, and to maintain that same style, even though they're all completely different and draw on different influences, they've all got that unique Wes Anderson style that you can pinpoint to him immediately. Certain shot styles and the costumes, and like you said, the look of it all is always that's the one thing that remains throughout them all, but otherwise completely different story every time, even though he uses the same players a lot of the time. You know, Scarlett Johansson, she turns up in a lot of them now, and but nice to see Benicio in this one. He was in the French Dispatch. He was the prisoner, remember, with so it was nice that he used him as the lead actor in this one, because he was perfectly cast, I thought, as that character. And like you said, deadpan, really sort of like playing it as if it was the real world. Very funny.
The abode is a lodge perched on the edge of a cliff overlooking the sub-Saharan rainforest, accessible only by goat path.
As long as you enjoy the kind of absurdist deadpan comedy that this is going to deliver, it's a really great fun time.
Yeah.
But as you say, like, they are films that some people just don't get on with them for some reason.
No, some people just hate the style, and that's horses for courses. I get that, but But yeah, I mean, the Phoenician Scheme, again, a very strange title, but some people have trouble, I imagine, pronouncing it even. But brilliant all the same. A top-class Benicio del Toro. Maya Threapleton, fantastic. 2 thumbs up. I will be watching it again. Thanks very much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. The best way to support this channel is by dropping us a like and subscribing. Other ways to support us include Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. This video was sponsored by funkyt-shirts.co.uk. Check out their website for a full range of awesome t-shirt designs. You can find all the links in the description.